Hey guys, so today I'm going to show you how to swap YouTube videos dynamically using jQuery. And this is the end result we are trying to achieve. And let's test it out. You can see by clicking on a thumbnail, we can get the main iframe of the video, the main iframe of the YouTube to change and load the new video. So this tutorial is going to be composed of two parts. One, we're going to design and this look, get this look to look this way. And secondly, we're going to create the jQuery code needed to replace those videos. Okay, so this is the empty example HTML we currently have. And I'm going to go to my code editor, right? So I'm using Notepad++, and I'm going to first create the HTML structure, right? Okay, and now in order to even start using jQuery, we gotta include jQuery in our header file, in our header part. So I'm gonna use jQuery provided by Google, right? So you gotta write jQuery Google CDN or include an internal jQuery file, whichever you'd like. I'm gonna use for the purposes of this tutorial the jQuery here offered by Google. Okay, so I'm going to copy this script tag into my code editor. I'm just going to add an HTTP at the beginning because I'm currently on a local host and I don't want to mess things up. Okay, so in addition, in order to get the design I'm aspiring to get, meaning this design, I'm going to use the Bootstrap CDN, which is basically a framework of CSS and JavaScript items I can use. So I'm just going to copy this. You can use your own CSS and design the page, of course, however you'd like. This is just to make the tutorial shorter. Alright? So I'm just going to do a little CSS embed here. I'm going to do the HTTP and paste it. And I'm also going to grab the Bootstrap JS file and locate it, put it under jQuery, right? Because it requires jQuery to work. So I'm just gonna do that. Great. So I got 3 lines here. Okay. So now we got everything set up. I'm just gonna add some additional CSS I'll be using throughout this tutorial. You should of course include your CSS as a file. I'm guessing you're probably doing it already, but just for the purpose of this tutorial, I'm gonna include the CSS inside my page, right? So I'm gonna do a little border I can use later on, and I need to fix Bootstrap floating issue, float none, and I want to have things spaced out right, margin top 3%, and I want a little bit of you can click me helper. Okay, well, let's get down to business. So now we're trying to create basically a container that has 6 thumbnails and 1 video. So first off, I'm going to create the entire container holding this structure, right? So I'm going to create a container and I'm going to be using Bootstrap built-in classes to determine the width, right? So this is just a Bootstrap class. If you have something of your own, you can use it. And now I'm going to say, give me 6 cells with an image inside them, right? No, I wanted 6 cells, right? So basically I got 6 cells, each with an image inside them. Inside a container of a specific width, right? So I'm going to say this is the image, the thumbnails container. And now I'm going to add a different container which includes the main video player, right? So this is going to be full width. Hold on. Come on, no? Okay. Okay, yeah, so now we got, let's check it out. We got 6 containers, right? This is just a class that says a specific width, right? And this is the same, and this is a width 100%. So just ignore this, just for the inner structure. So I'm gonna put some placeholder image so we can see how everything looks. Let's say, yeah, that's great. I'm just gonna copy it and go to the page we are building, which is this one, and refresh. Great, so now we got 6 images, and I need to add some class so it won't run over the residing images. So let me do that using, again, Bootstrap built-in classes, image responsive. I'm going to copy that, and I'm going to center the block. Great. Great, so now we got the 6 images, and we also got an iframe here, but we can't see it because it has an empty search tag, right? So I'm gonna go to YouTube. I'm gonna choose YouTube TED. I'm gonna target a specific channel. Channel has great movies, and I'm gonna just pick one video and grab the embed code, because my YouTube is in Hebrew, but this is share, and inside embed, I'm gonna just grab the entire embed code and replace the iframe I used for this construction, right? Okay, so I want the iframe to fill the entire screen, the entire upper container, parent container, and I want it to be, let's say, 390. These are just properties you can choose on your own, and just for my demonstration. And let's look at the embed search. Okay, so starting with this question mark, this is only a statement that regards the list, meaning this video is in a playlist. I'm going to remove that and go back to the page and close this video, and let's check it out now. Great, so now we have the basic structure. It's starting to look like my original demonstration, and I'm going to space it out from the top and between these two blocks using the empty3 class I created before, right? See that? Merge top 3. I'm just going to do empty3 here and here, and let's check it now. Great, now it looks much better. So first off, we gotta get the video thumbnails, right? So there's a way to do it using a built-in YouTube code. So I'm going to show you. I open a new tab and I'm clicking just a bookmark I got here. So these bookmarks, what it says, it has image.youtube.com/vi/ the ID of the movie /0, which is basically saying full size, .jpg. So I'm going to go ahead and reopen this video. I'm just going to grab the ID of the video. You can find it here. It's $V video equals the ID of the video, right? This is the ID. So I'm going to grab it. I'm going to copy it, right? I'm going to paste it here. Now, as you can see, we got a thumbnail of the video, right? A full-size thumbnail. So I can copy that into my script, replacing the placeholder here, and just pasting it here. Yeah, could have done search and replace. Okay, and now let's go ahead and check it out. Great, so now we got 6 thumbnails. They have the same video, so let's open additional videos. Just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm gonna mute them real fast. Okay, so this one I already used, so I'm gonna grab the idea of the second one. Stick it as the second image, right? Oops. Yeah, so now I can close this one, and I can close the first one, and I grab the idea of the third one. No? Okay, now it works. And I'm gonna go ahead and close this one, grab the ID of the fourth one. And I can go ahead and close this one and grab the ID of the fifth one. No. And close it and get the ID of the sixth and last one. Great. So now I can refresh this page and I get the different video IDs. It still doesn't do anything, right? Because it's not linked to any videos. And I'm missing the jQuery function that says once I click that, load this video into the iframe. Once I click that, load this video into the iframe. So let's go ahead and do that. We're going to open a script tag, right? And this basically tells the browser the following text is JavaScript inside these tags, right? Inside the parent container. And I'm going to drop a doc ready statement. And this basically means once to jQuery, right? Once the document is loaded, is ready, right? Loaded, ready, same. Every time I use the $mark, I'm basically calling a function of jQuery. So I'm gonna hit the enter a couple of times to space it out, and now I'm gonna say once a thumbnail, but in this case it could be any element, right? It could be a list, a text, whatever. Once an element is clicked, do some function. Which function? We'll set it up later, but do some function inside here, right? So once an element is clicked, do a function inside here, right? So we want when the images to be clicked and then the function to run. So we're going to add an identifier to the image. Now we're going to do it under class because we can't, it's not good to do multiple IDs. What I mean, you can do an ID like that and this would be an identifier. But I don't want to do that. I want to use one class, and a class can be shared by many elements. So I'm going to do like a vid box, I'm going to call it. It doesn't matter, the name itself doesn't matter. It could be whatever. It doesn't matter. I'm just going to do a vid box because it's more logical, right? So I'm going to give it the identifier, a vid box, to all of them, right? And now I'm saying once a vid box is clicked, do some action, right? So I can grab that vid box identifier. I'm going to paste it here, but since it's a class, I gotta add a dot at the beginning. If it would have been an ID, I should have done like that, right? Okay. So now we're saying, we're using jQuery to say every time a vid box is clicked, do something. So let's check it out. Let's make sure it's working. So we're going to say once a vid box is clicked, alert clicked, just so we can check it out and make sure everything's working. So I'm going to refresh it and hit an image. Great, now we got clicked. Hit another image, we got clicked, right? So let's go back. So now we want to go specific. We want to go further into the script. What we want to do, we want to grab a specific video and replace this search attribute inside the iframe, inside the YouTube embed, right? So we need each image to has its own little video ID. So we're going to create an attribute and call it by a name we choose. We're going to call it data vid URL or vid ID, right? And we're going to close it like that. So this word doesn't really matter. You can choose whatever. Basically, those two words don't matter, but I think the standard is to write data dash something. Well, it could be vid URL, it could be John, it could be whatever you'd like, right? So I'm going to just for the sake of keeping stuff organized, I'm going to do vid ID, okay? And now I'm going to place that attribute in each image, and basically each image, each thumbnail would have a different value inside that attribute. So the value is going to be the ID of the video, right? The ID of the YouTube video. So I'm going to grab that IDs from the images we copied later before. I'm gonna paste them. Hold on, almost done. And grab that one. Great. So now each each thumbnail has its own value inside data vid ID. So let's check it out. Let's go ahead and say, once a vid box is clicked, I want you to take from the object clicked, meaning the object that was clicked, because we have 6 vid box. Grab the attribute, which is named data vid ID, right? And keep that value you received back from that query inside a variable called vid ID. Alright? So I'm just gonna double tab it to space things out. Let's space it out, make it more readable. So now we got a complete function. Now every time someone clicks the vid box, an item, whichever item that has the class vid box, jQuery is going to try to get the value inside data div ID, okay, and save it inside a variable we just stated named vid ID. So let's check it out. I'm going to alert it to the screen so you can view it too. So I'm going to alert the variable vid ID every time a vid box is clicked. So let's try it. So I'm going to click that, and now we get in the video ID for this thumbnail, a different video ID for this thumbnail, and so on, right? So it works, it's great. So now, but the video ID alone is not enough to replace this line, because we need the entire structure, right? We need www.youtube.com/embed/ and then the video ID. So I'm going to grab that string, and I'm going to say the vid URL, which is or let's call it something better. Let's call it the new embed, right? New embed code is that string, right? That part of the string with the new ID, right? So now the new embed code is the complete URL, and we just gotta place the new embed instead of the current embed code. So let's test it, see that it's all working. I'm gonna refresh and click the first image, and now we're getting a full embed line, right? Full embed. So that's great. And the last thing we have to do is to basically replace the search value, right? So we're gonna say if this exists, right? If jQuery, no, we gotta check if the thumbnail has a vid ID, right? If it exists, if it has a value, if it has something inside it, right? Do the following: replace inside the iframe, right? Replace inside this element. I'm gonna talk about this word in a second. The attribute. Which attribute? Search. With what value? With this value, new embed. Right? So we're almost done. All we have to do now is to target a specific iframe. And we're going to do it by adding an ID here. And it's okay to use ID here because I only have one iframe in this page. So it's going to be named the target, right? Just a word I picked up right now. So I'm going to take this ID. I'm going to replace this word element with an ID statement. Oops. Yeah, just like that. See, so I'm targeting an element that has an ID named target, right? Which is this one. So let's go through it again. Once the document is loaded, hold down and listen for a click. If a click is performed on an element that has the class vidbox, try to grab the attribute named data vidID. Save it in a variable named vidID, and then combine vidID with a string I predefined, and save it in a variable named new embed. And then if the vidID exists, right, if it has a value, if it has something inside it, append that value to the search. Replace this value inside the search of the element named target. Okay, so let's try it. It should work. Let's try it now. So I'm gonna click the second movie and now it loads. I'm gonna click the third movie, it loads. First movie, fourth movie, and so on. So as you can see, it's really easy to do that. I hope you found this tutorial to be interesting. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. I'm gonna upload some additional jQuery and many languages, basically tutorials. So I hope to see you there, and goodbye for now.